It's Chase at Sports and Media. I'm joined by Drew. What's going on, Drew?
Hey, what's up?
Today we're going to be talking about NFL free agency, all the moves, all the trades, everything going on, because it's been quite exciting so far. Definitely. We're going to start with the home team, right? The people that we like, the little bit of bias shown here, but the Eagles.
Go Birds.
You know, after the Super Bowl, it was a big question. I mean, the Eagles are going to be losing like half their team, pretty much.
I mean, which we have lost some guys.
Yeah, and all the free agents that were notable that were really going out, because there was like 20 free agents, but I'll give you guys the notable ones. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. We had Javon Hargrave, TJ Edwards, Kazir White, Isaac Salamalu, James Bradbury was one. They were like the real big ones. Again, there's a few like
Miles.
Yeah, Miles Sanders. There's a few thrown in there, but Howie Roseman put on his laser eyes and he got his pen to the freaking paper. He was able to secure James Bradbury.
Yeah, he somehow did some little magic and.
Well, I think James took a hometown discount, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
which is pretty sick, man.
We need that.
James took a hometown discount. James Bradbury staying with the Eagles. On top of that, Darius Slay. Now he wasn't a free agent, but we released Darius Slay, signed him back, and I think that was a method of kind of extending the cap limitations.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Way to make a little more money up here.
Yeah. We did lose Javon Hargrave. Javon Hargrave did sign a 4-year deal with the 49ers.
Yeah.
Which their defense is going to be freaking scary next year.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
That was a big contract though. I think especially at that age, I think that might have been a little much. But
yeah, he's like 32 or so.
I'm glad I wouldn't have wanted to sign him for that.
No,
much.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Eagles were able to secure Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, James Bradbury, Darius Slay. They had just picked up another corner in Greedy Williams,
right.
The Cleveland Browns draft pick out of LSU in 2019. What else were we able to secure? We were able to secure Rashad Penny, running back. Yep, which is awesome.
We're gonna be by committee this year for sure.
Definitely. And the thing with Rashad Penny is when he's healthy, he has the explosive speed, he has the power to get to the edge. But that's a big if because he's always hurt.
That's been a big issue in the past. So
definitely.
Hopefully, with having a little bit less of a load because we're keeping Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell's going to be back there. I think it's going to be we're going to see a lot of cycling in and out, and hopefully that will help keep him healthy too.
Yep, Boston Scott was able to come back.
Right.
On top of that, which is pretty cool. So as we're looking at it,
Mariota.
Yeah, and the biggest thing right now is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Where is he going? And there's a chance he could freaking sign during while we're recording this because
please come back to Philly.
I put like 4 different tweets out on our Twitter at Sports or Media, like Chauncey come back, and different kind of stuff. So that was pretty cool. In the running for Chauncey right now, you're looking at the Broncos. You're looking at the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals, and the reason the Bengals are so intrigued is because they lost Von Bell and Jesse Bates.
Yeah, they lost a lot in safety.
So I mean, they're gonna need some star power. The Bengals definitely in their secondary backfield, but nonetheless, Chauncey's looking for a lot of money.
Right, and the Bengals did also just spend a good amount of money on a tackle.
Orlando Brown Jr.
Right.
Yeah, Orlando Brown Jr. just went to the Bengals, which is pretty good for them. That they needed something to help protect Burrow.
Yeah, help keep him clean.
Oh Lord. I'll also in the description I'll have a file upload. I did notate all notable free agents in a note sheet. It's like a bunch. It's like 60 or 70 or so. Yeah, there's a lot. But the Eagles are still in my eyes favorited to win the NFC, and that's coming from I'm trying to be unbiased as possible. But I'm serious. I really think they're still favored.
Without trying to stay unbiased, I still think that we didn't lose too much, and with another year of what we already had, I think it's pretty safe to say that we should be favored to win the division.
Yep, staying in the NFC East because all 4 teams had a big offseason. I'll say that now.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys traded a 5th round pick to the Colts for 5-time, I think it's All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Again,
that's a nice tandem with Trayvon Diggs.
Definitely. And it's not like Stephon Diggs is a spring chicken. It's not like he's definitely aging.
But he could still play at a high level. I mean, he still was effective on the Colts defense last year.
Staying on the defense, they also extended linebacker Leighton Vander Esch. I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I'm sorry, but they did, and I like him a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They were in the running for Bobby Wagner, but now that they signed Leighton back, it's looking like they're not going to sign him.
Probably don't want to put too much money in that one position.
No. I think, and I like Leighton Vander Esch. He's a good linebacker.
Oh yeah.
They also had safety Donovan Wilson.
He's got a little bit of health concerns.
His
too.
neck, his neck. He almost like could have like almost not been able to play football again.
Right,
Like, got to a
right.
point where it's kind of concerning. But Donovan Wilson, so they're locking up key pieces on the defense, which
Right.
rightfully so. They have a really good defense. Definitely. Now going to the Giants, the Giants just did a trade for Darren Waller.
Right.
Which is good. Unfortunately, Darren Waller just got done his wedding, and he married a girl who plays for the Aces or the Vegas team,
Oh,
and then they just traded him. Just trade him.
Yeah, you're going. Yeah.
How do you feel about Darren Waller and the Giants?
I think that's actually a nice pickup for them. I don't
Definitely.
know if it's a huge game changer. I think it's a nice target for Daniel Jones to have at tight end position. I think it's gonna make him a better team, but it still doesn't, as far as like, it doesn't make me fear the Giants at all.
Well, honestly, with Darren Waller, like, that is going to be their number one target as of now, because they signed back Sterling Shepard and also Darius Slayton, but those guys aren't ones.
No,
They're twos and threes.
they're like slot guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
Right.
still don't have that number one. And,
No.
another notable thing, they did sign Daniel Jones. This is right before free agency really started. They signed him to a
Pretty hefty extension.
Yeah, well, I think we did cover that. It was like a 4-year, $160 million, I want to say.
Yeah.
So the Brian Dable and the Giants are loading up. They are really, really pursuing people in the offseason right now.
Get ready.
And I think the biggest thing was they did what they needed to. They wanted to get offensive weapons. They got their wide receivers back. They got Darren Waller.
Saquon staying.
They franchised Saquon. So Giants offense, they got better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Am I, as an Eagles fan and somebody that plays twice a year, am I so scared of their offense? No.
No.
I'm still not, until they get a guy like DeAndre Hopkins or
Somebody on the outside.
And I think that's going to be
That's the one
still
thing they're really lacking.
yes. And I still think that's their biggest need. I still think they need that number one guy.
Maybe they'll address that.
Yeah.
We'll see. There's still a lot of time.
The Commanders lost Cole Holcomb. They also lost Taylor Heineke.
Right.
Heineke went to the Falcons, which isn't. I don't know if he'll be a starter. I think they're gonna either get Desmond Ridder or draft a guy.
Yeah, that's kind of like a lower key move. I feel like we'll see what happens with that. Might be they're still trying to figure things out. It feels like.
Yeah. Also, real quick, on the topic of the Cowboys, they did release Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
Long time guy.
I think it just makes, honestly, that to me, I hate the Cowboys, but that was a good move that just makes sense. I mean, Tony Pollard's coming up and he's playing very well, and you don't want to. You already had Ezekiel Elliott on a pretty decent sized contract at the running back position, who is kind of taking some steps back consistently. I think it was like almost a smooth transition into the Tony Pollard days.
Yeah, Tony, he just got franchise tagged for that year, so they're gonna lock him up. He's coming off that big injury, but not like when he was in there, he was just better than Zeke.
Right.
He was just a lot better. He looks like a healthier Zeke, looks like a younger Zeke. Like,
Right.
He catches the ball well. He runs the ball well. I mean, he's the future guy there.
Yeah.
I believe so. And Dallas is a team that has gotten a lot better. I'm a little bit more fearful of them than I typically am of them.
That Gilmore move was.
Yeah, they got better. They definitely got better. Around the league, there's been a lot of moves. Like, I made a video on QBs. QB market hasn't been too crazy. Like, I think the biggest name was really Jimmy Garoppolo to the Raiders.
Right.
Which, I don't know. Do you think they're taking like a step up, a lateral step, or step down from Derek Carr?
We'll have to see, I guess, how he fits in with them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like they got better by any means. That just looks like I'm kind of feels lateral to me.
Yeah, because as we know, Derek Carr went to the Saints, who are really trying to make a push, and I think they think all they needed was a quarterback, and time will tell with that one. But again, Jimmy G, time will tell. I don't know. I don't know, because he has a good supporting cast. We has that Josh Jacobs, that
Devontae,
Hunter Renfrow, Devontae. They're gonna have to figure out the tight end position, but they definitely have some star power for him. So that would be interesting. And honestly, when it comes to QBs, other than Derek Carr and Jimmy Garoppolo, at the top of my head,
still waiting on Aaron Rodgers for the official, I guess, for it to be official that he's going to the Jets.
Well, he's now 3 spots in the NFL. Like, he's a player, he's a coach, he's a GM now. Like, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, he's a GM of the. I saw a meme. It was a good one. He's starting quarterback for the Packers, GM for the Jets, and owner of the Bears.
Yeah. It was just hilarious. It was just hilarious. So the report that had gone out had said that he gave the Jets like a sheet that said, this is the people I want to sign before I come here, including Odell Beckham Jr.
Right.
And then Aaron Rodgers came out and said that that wasn't true. So there's so much hard to believe with the whole situation. And now it's like the Packers are holding him hostage because they want to make sure they're getting paid and
right.
or getting.
I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. I do understand.
Yeah, I understand that as well. Like you obviously want to make sure that you're getting what in return for the best player in your history.
Right.
In your franchise history. Not a lot of teams. I don't know. Like I said about the QB market, other than those names, it's like Jacoby Brissett. I mean, those kind of guys. Right. I mean, there wasn't really huge moves.
Brissett went to Washington.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he went to the Commanders. Yeah. Running back market. Miles Sanders signed a 4, which before I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna discuss something. He signed a 4-year, $25 million deal, which is not a lot at all.
Right.
With the Panthers, he's joining Frank Reich down there, and they're trying to create something. Is the running back market like kind of crashing?
I kind of think so. I think the way of the league, it's just because of the way of the league. Honestly, I think it's not easy to be, but like a lot of the teams that are winning by having multiple running backs in and out. And I think that is kind of getting away from having the typical like 20-25 carry backs that are going to get these bigger contracts instead of giving a lesser workload for smaller contracts. That might be like the new wave.
Like, I don't know how much of a franchise running back role there is anymore. I know we have guys like Derrick Henry.
Right. There are exceptions.
He's on the way out. He's getting shipped out. When it comes to the running back, though, one thing I wanted to say was Jamal Williams leaving the Lions feels weird.
Yeah, especially for where
he went to the Saints
on not that big of a deal.
No, not big at all. And he was like the leading touchdown rusher last year. So, but they brought in David Montgomery,
right?
Which division rival, obviously. David Montgomery, he also has health concerns as well, but when he's in, like, he's a hard runner. Kind of reminds me of Miles Sanders, but like a little less agile. David Montgomery, he's a running back, but I don't know. Like Jamal Williams, I thought he was going to stay in Detroit.
I mean, it seemed like he wanted to. It felt like there was interest on both sides. I don't know what happened with that.
No, that was definitely weird. And as we said before, Rashad Penny went over. I mean, again, like Derrick Henry, we're still waiting for the Derrick Henry news, whether he's going to get shipped or not. Austin Eckler is seeking permission for a trade now. He might be getting dealt.
Right.
And that's just like running backs aren't valued as much anymore.
Right. It's just it's just because I feel like there's a different way of creating a run game now than it used to be, rather than just like the one guy who's the getting the bulk of the reps.
Yeah, no, definitely. And the whole thing with the running back is, and like the injury concerns, like they're constantly getting injured and whatnot. Right. You know what I mean?
It's a shorter career.
Yeah. Yeah. The Miami Dolphins locked down Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. for a few years. Because I think why they did that is because, like, you're not ever going to have both of them in the same game because they're always going to be injured. Like, you're always going to have to, like, kind of go between them. Right. It's something else. James Robinson. And this is weird. James Robinson on the Jaguars was good. Like, he came out as a rookie, played well. Then they drafted Travis Etienne Jr. His role diminished. Then traded to the Jets, and now signed with the Patriots in a crowded room. So his fall-off came huge.
Right, that's kind of a little bit surprising.
And I just think it's one of those fall-offs where it's like they, unfortunately, every time you go somewhere, there's just a player who's a little bit better than you.
Right.
Little bit better than you. And that sucks. You never want to be washed down on the depth chart that much. Running back Gus Edwards is staying with the Ravens. They're trying to keep some pieces there because their team's in fucking shambles.
They got a lot of shit going on.
Absolute shambles right now. Yeah. They signed back Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. They're like, whatever we can get, we can get. Because we're falling apart really, really, really quick.
They're in a bad spot right now.
Yeah. Switching over to wide receivers, Michael Thomas is staying with the Saints. I think maybe
that made sense to me because I mean he has a lot to prove still. He's got some question marks in it. Just to stay with the team that you're at on another deal and just to try to get back into it and let's see what Michael Thomas really is. It's hard to know what the market is for him right now.
Yeah, because he came off that Offensive Player of the Year like a few years ago, but the issue is like, he proved a lot there, but Then he wasn't healthy. Then he didn't play for 2.5 years.
Right.
So you're right. Like, there is a lot of proof now. Are you still worth the money?
Right.
Are you still going to be that guy? You know?
Exactly.
And I think that's big. Another big name is Juju Smith-Schuster. He went to the Patriots. I hate him. I can't stand Juju Smith-Schuster, but nonetheless, he's going
Solid
to the Patriots.
move for the Patriots, though. Nice slot target who's pretty sure-handed.
I don't think he'll have too much of an impact personally. But I think it's because Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones is really that much of a game changer in my eyes. You know.
I agree with you, but it might help Mac a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And Alan Lazard obviously going to the Jets.
Yeah.
I think
He's getting ready for Aaron.
yeah, Lazard knew where he was going. As soon as the season ended, there's rumors he's like, "Oh, Jets, I'm going." He signed a pretty big deal for.
I'll meet you there.
4 years. Yeah, seriously. 4 year, $44 million, which is nice.
Pretty solid contract.
And then this is funny. Wide receiver Jacoby Myers, who was previously on the Patriots, is signing with the Raiders. If you don't remember, Jacoby Myers was responsible for a game-winning play earlier this season. He was getting tackled, threw the ball backwards to Raiders defensive end Chandler Jones, who then scored a touchdown.
That's right.
And now he's going to the Raiders. He said, Jacoby said, "I threw them the ball, so they threw me the bag."
Yeah. Did he really say that?
Yeah, that was good.
That's funny. That's funny.
And then but yeah, that's really much for the wide receiver market. There were some restructures and some like re-signs, but we didn't obviously get all of them. Offensive lineman, Super Bowl winning tackle for the Chiefs, Andrew Wiley. Oh yeah, Orlando Brown Jr. Yeah, the Bengals, which is huge. But the other tackle, Andrew Wiley. So they're gonna have some concerns. But Andrew Wiley's going to the Commanders. That's good for them. Chris Lindstrom is signed back with the Falcons, re-signed. Huge deal, $105 million.
Right. Solid lineman. Then, I mean, they need to keep that. I think he's going to be part of their core going forward. That's why they wanted to keep him around.
Well, they need something.
Yeah.
The Falcons are kind of a crappy franchise right now, but they'll get back up, hopefully. They got some promise. Mike McGlinchey, who was previously on the 49ers, is now going to the Broncos. The Broncos, like, totally loaded up this offseason thus far.
Right.
And we'll get down to some other names they signed, but they're just, like, they're going crazy because Sean Payton got in there and he's like, let's go. Like
we got Russ. Let's see what we can do.
Last year.
Let's see what we can do. Right.
And then
last year was a mulligan.
Yeah, seriously. After the Chiefs lost all that star power on the offensive line, they did sign Jawan Taylor, who was the tackle for the Jaguars.
Right.
Now, for some reason that name sticks with me because I remember watching Jawan Taylor at Florida. Right, and this is weird that I remember this, but I remember watching one of his games. He was really, really good. Like, he was, like, really dominant. And I don't know, just his attitude just will fit in with the Chiefs.
Right.
He just wants to win championships, the guy. But, yeah, good signing for them, Jawan Taylor. Nate Davis to the Bears. Andre Dillard to the Titans, which is kind of a question mark deal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're expecting to get with him. Like, he's still kind of a work in progress, I feel like.
I don't think we know anyone would know what
there's still some upside to him, I can see.
I honestly hope they don't play him I know they're trying to replace Taylor Lewan, but I would rather him not play tackle and you move him into guard. Because he played a little bit of guard this year when what's knee? Oh my gosh, what's our guard? Landon Dickerson went out because he's out every play. So Andre Dillard did play a little guard, and he actually performed well.
Right. I think that might be where he might thrive a little bit in the NFL.
He's a little bit streaky.
Right. Good depth piece, nonetheless.
Yep. Guard for the Buccaneers, Shaq Mason. Pretty good guard. He went to the Texans. Texans also have made a lot of moves. They're trying to build the team back up.
They need to.
They signed superstar Case Keenum as well, who was there already twice at this point. We already said Orlando Brown. Cody Ford to the Bengals on a 1-year deal just to add more depth.
Right.
Add more depth at tackle position. Tight ends. There's a lot of tight ends moved, right? We got Jonnu Smith to the Falcons, traded. He didn't really work out for the Patriots too well.
Right.
It was more so like the Hunter Henry show. And I'll get to it, but the Patriots just signed another tight end.
Right.
Donald Parham Jr. for the Chargers. He's going to free agency. Hasn't signed a deal yet. Darren Waller to the Giants. Hayden Hurst to the Panthers. Which is good. They're just building up the offense. Because they got the first pick, so I think they're preparing for just whoever they're going to get.
Right.
Whoever they're trying to get.
Yep.
There's so many different guys in the freaking conversation right now.
They got a good one with Miles Sanders, though. Gonna miss him, honestly.
Oh, man, I'm gonna miss him too.
Rooting for him out there.
Me too. No, seriously. He's a great guy too.
Yeah.
I wish I got a signed jersey from him because he's one of my favorite players.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah. You have his jersey, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have his jersey.
Maybe I'll get a Panthers one sometime.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Former Packers tight end Robert Tonyan to the Bears. Robert Tony was streaky with Aaron Rodgers. Surprised he didn't go to the Jets.
Right.
But division rival Bears. And then we have tight end Mike Gesicki is going to the Patriots.
Right. I mean, and that's a pretty good big move, honestly, for that division, because not only does it take him out of the Dolphins,
Yeah.
but also keeps him in the division with the Patriots, who now have Henry and Gesicki.
Yes.
They always like to have those
Yeah.
two good tight ends.
Yeah, like Hernandez and Gronk.
Right.
Back in, obviously, before Hernandez turned into a piece of shit. Mike Gesicki was he was like, he could never really catch fire with the Dolphins, and I think that was due to the quarterback situation.
Yeah, he needs his targets.
But I like what the Patriots are doing. He's supporting Mac Jones, you know, Juju Smith, and now Mike Gesicki. So they're definitely trying to support him. And then I want to get to the linebacker market, because as you can see, a lot with the linebackers.
Yeah, we lost too.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. And I thought, and I'll go over the first one, TJ Edwards of the Bears.
Right.
I thought we could have signed him because 3 years, $19 million.
Right. That seemed like a deal that I thought the Eagles would have, if that was what the market was, I thought we would have kept him for that.
I thought it was just too much of a steal.
But maybe that says a lot high on Nakobe Dean.
Yeah.
Maybe, that plays to how good he's been doing, or the plans they have for him in the future.
No, I agree on that.
I'm excited for him, honestly.
And then
it's a big year for him.
The Bears doubled up and gave the most guaranteed money to a middle linebacker ever, Tremaine Edmonds, to the Bears from the Bills. So their centerpieces are done.
They improved their linebacker room a lot. I mean, after losing Roquan,
to the Ravens,
they had to address that, and they did.
Well, I feel like the Bears historically love having good linebackers like Brian Urlacher and whatnot. Like, I think they just value that position a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quincy Williams stays with the Jets. His brother, Quinnen Williams, has to get paid soon as well. Bobby Okereke to the Giants. He's kind of like he's been bouncing around. He's a pass rusher, but bouncing around. Cody Barton to the Commanders, because they lost actually Cole Holcomb to the Steelers. David Long Jr. to the Dolphins. Alex Singleton, our old guy from the Eagles. He actually re-signed with the Broncos for a few years.
He's an effort guy, yeah.
That's what he's not the most talented on the field ever. Literally will never be.
Right, no.
But he's a freaking hustler.
He's an effort guy, yeah.
I like him a lot. I like him. And one of the target that I want, Eric Kendricks. I think he did get. Okay, so he signed with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted him to mentor our guys.
To me, for the Eagles, it would make sense if we could try to get Bobby Wagner on a deal that makes sense for us. I think that makes a world of sense, because him and Nakobe Dean, they would have potentially have a similar play style. I think that would be a really good situation for Nakobe Dean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something. Hopefully.
No, I agree. And Bobby Wagner, the free agency, I agree with that. I would like him to kind of mentor the guys there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Help out a little bit
and produce too. I mean, he still plays.
Yes, he still plays at a very high level.
Right.
Yep. Matt Milano stays with the Bills, long time Bill.
Right.
He's been there forever. I feel like. Linebacker Alex Anzalone, another effort guy, stays with the Lions.
Right. Makes sense.
They're trying to keep their centerpiece together.
Right.
Lost Jamal, but they're trying to really keep it together still. Stone Taki and for the Browns, I can't pronounce his name, but I do know who the guy is. I like him. He's really good for Cleveland. That guy, he has real long hair, Hawaiian like hair. He's a good linebacker. He hits hard.
Yeah, he does.
I actually middle of season last year, when I at first didn't like the production of Kaiser White, I actually wanted them to trade for him.
Oh, really?
And then Kaiser kind of turned it on.
Kaiser really picked it up at the end. He signed with Arizona. Right into that, staying on linebackers.
Riding it out with Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah.
Well, the linebackers coach is now their defensive coordinator over at Arizona. The Eagles.
Oh, really?
Linebacker coach.
Okay, so he wants to stick with the
familiar faces.
He because he did have a really good year, and he's attributing part of that to them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I agree with that. Levante David re-signed to the Bucs. He's been there forever. It feels like.
Yeah, that's his team.
He's a good player too. I love Levante David. He was a big piece in that Super Bowl win they had.
Right.
And Devin Bush signs with the Seahawks, kind of for another prove it kind of deal, because he lackluster play with the Steelers, and now he's kind of looking for a new home. Definitely. Quarterback market. Jalen Ramsey, big trade. He was looking for a new home, and they got him for a 3rd round pick and a whoever knows tight end, Hunter Long. So Jalen Ramsey,
which that creates another pretty solid cornerback tandem duo.
Yeah,
in the league.
Even now they have one of the best secondaries. You have Xavier Howard, Jalen Ramsey, and Javon Holland, Canadian. I like Javon Holland as well. He's really, really good.
Right.
But those three together, that's a good team right there. James Bradbury to the Eagles, like we said, good signing.
Awesome. I was worried about that. I didn't think we were. Originally, I thought he was gone, but they were able to keep him on a 3-year deal and a kind of team-friendly deal, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Great
as well.
contract. For us, yeah.
Already said Stephon Gilmore to the Cowboys. That another tandem. Jamal Dean stays with the Bucks. Great cornerback, and they're keeping their pieces together.
Yeah.
Because they still have a good roster.
Right.
It's just the quarterback position, and they signed Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens with that.
Super Bowl. Patrick Peterson to the Steelers.
They should just call Johnny Manziel.
Get him in there. Get him in for a few play, but. Patrick Peterson, he's so old, but he goes to the Steelers just for depth,
right?
Just to help out. Byron Murphy Jr. leaving the Cardinals. That must hurt for Gannon. He's going to the Vikings.
I wanted him to go to Philly.
Yeah,
but that was before when I thought we weren't getting James Bradbury. But
get Byron Murphy. Jonathan Jones to the Patriots. He's another piece for them. Greedy Williams,
Speedy.
Yeah. Back now to the safeties. Deshaun Gibson's going to the Niners. He's re-signing with the Niners. He's a nobody. I'm just still salty. They talked crap for so long.
Oh my god, I'll never let that go.
Ever.
Dirty.
Yeah. Now another safety for the two safeties for the Bengals: Von Bell and Jesse Bates. Von Bell to the Panthers. Jesse Bates to the Falcons. Marcus Epps to the Raiders. I thought we were actually going to keep him.
Yeah. I think us not keeping him though is maybe because we want to allocate some of that money to Chauncey to keeping one safety.
At least you still have Reed Blankenship back there.
And for the Bengals to lose 2 solid safeties like that hurts.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I was saying that. Yeah. Jimmy Ward to the Texans, leaving the Niners defense. So Jimmy Ward, they're still working on their defense as well. DeMonte KZ go to the Steelers. Jabril Peppers is staying with the Patriots. Right. Jabril Peppers reminds me of a guy like that Bill Belichick would like. A hard hitter, can really play any position on the field.
Gamer.
Yes. Yeah. Jordan Poyer staying with the Bills. They're keeping their duo together. John Johnson, free agency, and Juan Thornhill to the Browns. So, we have a lot of moves. I mean, this has been a crazy offseason so far. Nice. It has just been going literally insane. Now to the DN and... So a lot of these D linemen DN might have some outside linebackers that I had just moved into the pass rush category.
Right.
Darren Payne staying with the Commanders, becoming like the highest paid defensive tackle other than Aaron Donald. Good move for them.
Yeah,
good move for them, definitely. Then you got Larry Okejobi to the Steelers. Calais Campbell's a free agent.
Let's see what happens with him. I kind of wonder if he's going to hang it up. It could be an option. Yeah.
He's a big dude, too. Calais Campbell.
Still plays well, but he's going to want a big contract. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Because he's still a high-caliber player.
Right.
Javon Hargrave to the Niners. I'm going to miss him, but I was not willing to pay that price.
He had his career year with us, and he has progressed pretty consistently, but I think at this point in his career, that contract just doesn't make sense, and I'm willing to let him go for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, never mind. I was gonna say hopefully he has a good year, but the Niners don't.
Yeah, hopefully he plays well, but the rest of the team doesn't.
Right.
D tackle Draymond Jones from the Broncos goes to Seattle. He was someone who I
like that.
Yeah, it was weird with Draymond Jones because he wasn't like a big media name, but he got paid pretty well. He's one of those guys who just falls under the radar,
right?
But a really good player.
Very, very good player.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Marcus Davenport from the Saints goes to the Vikings. Zach Allen to the Broncos. So the Broncos are really starting to ramp things up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dalvin Tomlinson to the Browns. Shelby Harris free agency. You had other guys like Cleveland Ferrell who are trying to prove themselves. Niners. Excuse me guys 1 second. And then Cleveland Ferrell to the Niners, and then Fletcher Cox re-signs with the Eagles.
Right. I don't know about that, to be honest with you. I think that's a little much for me.
Yeah.
Especially with he's kind of taken steps back consistently for a little while, but maybe just the one more year with him to have Jordan Davis behind him. Maybe and that doesn't make sense. And he can't lose Hargrave and Cox.
That's one of the issues. And I think they're not really, they might not have D tackle the guy you just said is Jordan Davis. They might not have him to the level they really need yet. So all right, we need you for 1 more year, Cox.
Right.
Let this guy develop a little bit, right?
Right.
That's a possibility.
Could be.
Yep. And Jadeveon Clowney, free agent. I don't know where the hell he's gonna go. I feel like he's just done, man.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to sign to a contender and get some like rotational reps and be a part of like be a part of a good D line.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Other category, which is kind of like special teamers and kickers, punters. These are the only really notable ones. Matt Gay signed like a gigantic contract with the Colts kicker, which is like really weird. I mean, hey,
okay,
lock up out of Vinatieri.
Right.
I guess just lock him up. Punter Sam Martin to the Bills. Yeah, just kidding. Jamie Gillian to the Giants. Andrew Beck, fullback, to the Texans. And then this is actually a really good signing. The cornerback kick returner Keyshawn Nixon back to the Packers. Dude, that dude was a beast. Like,
yeah. You know what? Packers Super Bowl. That's my pick now.
Yeah, just because of that signing.
Yeah, that signing that puts him over for me.
No, yeah, he's good. I like Nick. Nixon like lit us up this year, and that Nixon gives the Packers offense great field position every time, allowing them to really capitalize on it.
But we'll see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of big questions there still.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm really interested because they have a great team, man.
I hope they don't just keep him hostage. I would like to see him on the move. That'd be cool.
It doesn't end up like Favre.
What? It's literally almost the same story to the Jets. Like,
it's so weird. And they had the Vikings mixed in there with the
right
with Brett Favre, which I don't know how that got done.
Rivals,
you know what I mean? But I don't know. One of the most, I guess, like when you're talking about like, impactful signings, I don't know. Maybe like I like James Bradbury. I also like the Jalen Ramsey. I think that's because they were like ranked 22nd defense, so that's a big signing.
I don't know if you're gonna agree with this, but to me, like I think one of the teams that made the best signings is the Bengals signing Orlando Brown to that deal. I think that is a
little bit of an overpay.
It may have been, but he's a younger tackle playing very well, and that was a need for the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Now him and Jonah Williams, or is Jonah Williams gone now?
There was Joe. I just seen a report about it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Something with Jonah Williams. I think he might be either he's visiting somewhere or he's traded or hold on, let me check real quick.
Yeah.
That's
well, either way, it's solid. They're building that lineup for Joey B.
Joey B, baby.
Healthy.
Okay, yeah. So Jonah Williams is requesting a trade,
right?
Following all that situation, which I can understand.
Which we'll see. I wonder if there's a way to keep them both, and get them both on the field. Maybe have one go to the other side.
You would think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, that's what I think is the best case.
Well, they just released La'el Collins as well.
Right.
So
right, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how those three names are. I don't know how you're fighting. You should try to get all of them on the freaking field.
Right.
Like seriously. But yeah, I mean, and then I don't know, like a signing that I don't really agree with is I don't know, it was weird, but the 49ers did sign Sam Darnold, which just felt weird to me. I don't know. Like,
I don't know what's Sam Darnold is like. To me, he's just he's not really a starter.
I don't know. He's that good of a backup either. Right. The guy's he's cooked.
Yeah,
he's done.
He's cooked at like
25, or something like that. Yeah,
cooked.
Definitely. I like Jimmy G to the Raiders a little bit. I just want to see what happens there. I just want to see what happens.
I don't like it, but I don't hate it. It's just like a kind of lateral move to me.
Yeah,
we'll see. I guess we'll just see how they fit together.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. I'll keep you guys updated on the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson as well, because we're all of us
just waiting.
He is the best free agent left on the market. Right
now.
Oh,
absolutely.
Him, and you could say Odell, but I mean, the guy's been commenting on all these Instagram posts. He's not nothing lately. Right. Like, I'm so tired of hearing him in the media.
I just can't wait to see what Chauncey does.
I know. It's gonna be crazy because I don't know. Us signing Greedy Williams and Darius Slay kind of makes me feel like that him and Howie couldn't agree on a deal.
Yeah, I think Chauncey was maybe expecting the market to be higher for him than it is. Mm-hmm. And I think it's I think the longer that it goes without him being signed, the better it is for the Eagles.
Okay. Yeah, you think so?
I honestly do, yeah.
But he's just a big social media guy. That's the issue with him.
Yeah, but he plays hard. He hits hard. He made plays in the secondary for us.
No, he is definitely a good player.
Yeah.
But I'll keep you guys updated on that. And make sure you guys comment your favorite signing or your biggest signing. And
your teams.
Yeah. I have something. Even if you go to my Twitter, I have what's the best free agency signing and what's the worst. Just to really play a little, have some fun with it. Right. But as always, guys, thank you for joining us, Drew.
Yes, sir.
You have a go, my man. And then turn the post notification bell on and like, comment, subscribe, guys. And I'll catch you guys later.